Hello, I hope everybody's doing fine. This is going to be a video on the ex-Jehovah Witnesses. It's still on the same subject that we talked about the last video that we did that I did on the ex-Jehovah Witness. However, this is really coming together. And right now, I did so many things. I'm almost ending my day, but I worked on this YouTube for a long time while I was doing the other things and while I was at work and everything. Now I'm getting ready to eat something and then go to sleep. So I'm making some kind of spaghetti. But I wanted to tell you that everything is going fine, and I know things will work out. And now I want to explain about how I'm organizing everything. The first part is the fact that according to my last videos, I think it's the last two or whatever, I've organized them better. And I'm going to get another, I'm going to open up my laptop, I haven't worked on it in a long time, and do another, remember when I used the Access program? With this, I'm going to do it again. I want to say this one thing, though. I want to thank everybody who helped me. It's not that I do everything on my own, believe me. I mean, I didn't do everything on my own. I know my friend has helped me tremendously because she does so much work. And I don't think that she knows the impact that she has on me, because I put things together. And it's you all too, the comments and everything. I know how to organize things. I know how to get things to work. And I basically know just how the rules are and how things work. So I'm going to show you that I'm putting things together. The three things that I mentioned, I can only clearly do two of them now, because there's one that has to be refined. The one that was on the Bible, and then there's the one on the inconsistency of the Jehovah Witnesses. But let me tell you how I'm going to do this first. First of all, we need to know, and this comes from the things that I talked over with my friend. A weak point in our fight is the fact that you need to know, you have to come up with vocabulary. You have to define things. And I define the things through my videos, because when something's not known, you can't talk about it, okay? But when you define, first you have to come up with the definition. A lot of people think you come up with the word first. You come up with the definition, and it doesn't have a word, so you got to put a word to it. I'm familiar with this because of my things I've done on this station. Now, I need the definition that I came up with is, remember when I talked about, it was something like killing me softly. I mentioned that. That gave me the idea. But it has to be something that they're doing. Something that we can talk about, and we can use this word to put a meaning to, and so that we can communicate it. And I came up with, it's not killing me softly, it has nothing to do with the song. I use the term because of the definition. So I'm going to call everything that they do that affect negatively, and it's really negative, and a lot of people don't make it. I mean, I made it through, I'm almost sure because of God, because He's taking care of me. I mean, to a very serious extent. I mean, He's really has taken care of me, because when I left the Jehovah Witness, I wasn't that smart. Anyway, He's helped me so much, and He's going to help us. But what I'm trying to say is we got to make a term. It may sound silly, it may sound stupid, but it's not. I have to call it not killing me softly, something about this soft kill, okay? It has something to do with that. It has to use it to say a soft kill. The reason why I call it a soft kill, and it's not used. That's why a lot of people get away with a lot of things. The corporations and the Jehovah Witnesses get away because there's nothing there to talk about. There's nothing that everybody. Okay, I'm gonna have to put the spaghetti on, but there's nothing that they don't have any terms for it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call it soft kill, okay? And what is a soft kill? It's when you do the things that have been done to us as ex-Jehovah Witnesses. Oh, I'm sorry, but I have to do this, okay? So I'm going to term it soft kill. Okay, it has nothing to do with the song, but the song helped me to understand, to get a term, actually, because you have to have a term. So that's going to be set aside for a little while, and when I need it, I'll say soft kill, okay? So now we have a term for all these things that I've heard about while we were going on with this. Like, for instance, all the negative points and all the effects that you, I mean, like, if you don't have a definition of something or you create something, no one can understand. I mean, no one can communicate with you. So I'm just trying to get you to let you know that there has to be a term. You can change it, or you could tell me, hey, you don't like that term or whatever, but there has to be a term, and I'm going to call it a soft kill. Now, and this, I need 20 minutes, so 10, 20, okay? So now, what do I do next, okay? The next thing I do is I kind of like to have to organize and strengthen what I've already done. And I've added something. There was a story that I kept telling you about. The story, and I am dead serious, okay? I mean, it may sound silly because I'm doing new terms and all this other, but I am dead serious. And if I didn't have God on my side, I would be stupid. It really would be stupid for me to do anything, even the music and everything. He helps me with. And that's just the way it is. So now, how am I going to go about this, okay? There's one point that I have to make, though, okay? Because we talked about in the last video, I have to clarify, because I need you to know where I'm coming from. The difference in all the things that I said before and now. Now, what I'm saying is that, and I've told you this before, we went to the Jehovah Witnesses, and then I told you the last few videos that there is no, now I'm not saying that there's no governing body. The only thing I'm saying is that they have no power, no strength. Okay, you have to go higher, okay? And it's the people who how can I say, draw the line? People who pull the strings or whatever. The people who are responsible, okay? And I'm sure that the governing body is just a show, because I know my friend, I got to talk to her and see, she knows all the people there. But I researched them before and I didn't see anything. What I'm saying is that they were like normal people. They're mostly like show, you know? And I told you one time that they're like these Jehovah Witnesses, just like a regular Jehovah Witness who they trust, who, because they have problems with some of the governing bodies in the past, so they don't want to have those problems again. So I'm sure they scrutinize these people just to know if they're going to play on their team, okay? And that they're not going to go against them, okay? So they're probably like, you know, less intelligent. That's what I figure. But anyway, they don't pull the strings, okay? Because the governing body can come and they can go, okay? And then you have the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. And there's And that's where the Bible, that's where I'm going to deal with the one on the Bible. Now let's get back to what I'm telling you. What I'm trying to say is the difference is the fact that I found that they planned all of this. All the problems that we went through as an ex-Jehovah Witness, all of those things are planned, okay? How does this tie in with what we're trying to do? Well, the thing about it is I'm going according to what my friend was talking about, and they had a court case somewhere, but they couldn't pinpoint where they're not a religion. And I pinpointed where they're not a religion. First of all, I had to define religion. What is a religion? Okay, and what is not a religion? And I'm still working on that, but I pretty much finished it. And what is a religion? A religion is something that people get along. They all agree on certain things. Religion is a disagreement, actually, between other people. I mean, if I was in a religion I disagreed and I wanted to do another religion, that would mean it's a disagreement. And that's how it started. A religion is from disagreements, okay? However, this is different, okay? I'm not going to go there yet, but I'm trying to state the reason why I can show that this is not a religion. This is very powerful, because if you can prove that they're not a religion first, like they couldn't prove in that country that my friend was telling you about. I mean, they got some breakthroughs, but it's not as cornered as I can make it, okay? How am I going to make that? First of all, I'm defining a religion. What is a religion? Well, I had to go further back. The fact is, because they use the Bible, I don't have to go as far back, but I'm going to go far back. But there's, by using the Bible, the Christian Bible, and they use the Old Testament and the New Testament, which they've used and changed. However, they still used it. That will put them in the category of being a Christian religion, or trying to be a Christian religion, which is fake, which is going to show that they're fake. But however, the point is that they're saying, because of the actions used in the Bible, that they're a Christian religion. So because of that, I can show you, or show the world, or whatever, that they're not a Christian religion, okay? Then I can prove, after I finish this one, I can prove that they're not a religion. And then, so I have 3 steps. I'm going to prove that they're not a religion. Then I'm going to prove that they're not a Christian, I'm going to prove that they're not a Christian religion first. And because if they say that they're a Christian religion, or because they use the Bible, because they have used and changed the Bible, they would have to be put into a Christian category. But I got it all covered, okay? So what I'm saying is, the first step is to prove that they're not a Christian religion, okay? So how am I going to do that? The Bible, when I get to one on the Bible, that's going to expose them as not a Christian religion. Once I show that they're not a Christian religion, then I can go to the next stage, stating that they're not a religion, okay? So let's do the first one. The first one is Bible, which I have to get to. But I need to let you see what it is that I'm doing. The difference in speaking about all the things that we spoke about before, and speaking about what I'm speaking about right now. The difference is that I'm showing you that they planned all of this, okay? Everything is planned. Before, we were saying they did this and they did this. And the access program that I did, and all of the work I did, all of that, which I didn't realize before, is organized planning, which we came to the point to where it is organized. It's all messed up here, but the disorganization is planned. So they have a very strong organization, and I'm not talking about organization as a noun. They have a very strong organized, how can I say not as a noun, organized. I'm not talking about like organized as a company. I'm saying they have everything organized, okay, to be disorganized. So you see where I'm coming from. So they have a point at the top where it's so organized to make something disorganized. And the thing that's so organized has planned the killing, the soft killing. That's what I want to call it. I'm going to call it soft killing, because a lot of people die. I mean, even we, and I know you, don't like to say the things that you went through. It's even hard for me to say it. A lot of it is embarrassing, and I don't want to talk about it. I mean, I can talk about it, and I know I'm going to have to talk about it, but I mean, the details. I mean, I said a lot of things, but I didn't say like total details. And I wasn't really, my mother said I was a survivor, but I don't think so. I mean, like, because, I mean, it had to have been God. I mean, I am serious. There's no way in the world I could have made it without him. I mean, he directly, I remember, I'm going to tell you something else. Because this is only going to go 30 minutes, because right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to get everyone to see that it's a very stable what I'm doing, and it's actually something very, it's just something very good that I'm doing, very strong. I mean, like, I mean, like, should I do that point? I mean, I just want to show you that it is God that's helping me. So I'm going to give you an example of one thing where I went to this Jewish hospital. It was like, I had to, because I was in New York and I got very, very sick. Very sick. I mean, it was my fault because I was drinking and I thought I was Superman. I was like, oh, I mean Superman, like nothing's going to happen to me. And I was partying too much, and I was working and everything, and I would walk in the cold because I thought nothing could hurt me, and I thought that I was invincible. But not just that, I was working so hard. I was saying, I just want a break. I want a break. Don't say that. I'm not gonna pray for a break anymore, because I got a break and I got sick. But anyway, let me finish this thing. So I went to this Jewish hospital. It was called Sinai or something like that. They wanted, I mean, I swear I would have been dead, okay? And God was there. I mean, I'm not kidding. He helped me. First of all, they put me in this room. First of all, they think because you're black that you have AIDS, and they thought, oh, okay, he's gay. He gets, you know, I mean, that's what they wanted to say. I mean, I know, because it was like directly. It was like, do you have sexual relationships? You know, they were very point blank. I mean, like, do I get like, how can I say it in a nice way without being so, blunt? But they were saying that they were really saying certain things that I do. I mean, like, I don't do a lot of things. I mean, I have one partner, and I'm not like promiscuous. But they were saying that I was promiscuous, and I was like such and such a thing. I mean, that's what they were saying in front of my face. I could really understand it. And so they kept doing this test, and they would take their finger and they would put it up in my, you know, anal part, and they were waiting for a response, but there's no response because I don't do anything there. You know what I mean? But I could not tell them that that's not true, because they put me in a category and they thought I had AIDS, and they said that yes, you know, we know where you got it from. And they kept doing this test, but they would get no response because that's not true. So then they did that. So then after that, there was this other doctor. He was a student. He was Christian. I could tell just right there, and we connected, okay? And we connected. like you would not believe. And there was one time, the first thing they did was put me in a room because they thought I was going to die, in a death room, okay? But it was funny because when I got in that room, somebody came in. It was one of the guys. He was like a nurse or something. And something happened. It was just miraculous. I could feel it. It was like a love or something. And I could feel that. And they kept asking my name. I said my name and everything. And they put me in a long time, but then, you know, I didn't die. So, I mean, I wanted to, actually. I gotta turn this down. Yes, I wanted to die. It was like, take me back, please. Because it was so hard. I was doing so many things that was really difficult. But I'm showing you now that it's definitely God. So, I remember one time, first of all, the doctor just wanted to get rid of me. I mean, he wasn't like American. And the first thing he did was wanted to get rid of me because I'm like a poor person, you know what I mean? I mean, I had a job and I did have insurance too. So they couldn't say anything about that. I was working for Macy's, okay? And oh yeah. So when they give me the x-ray, I mean, I'm sick. I can't even hardly walk. And they tell me to get up and do the x-ray. And I had to get up out of the gurney and walk to get these lung exercises. I mean, to get these lung tests. It was really brutal, okay? Then they left me on the side for so long. And then, okay, there was this doctor, like I said, I connected with. He must have been Catholic. I mean, I'm sorry for saying Catholic, or he was Christian, but we connected. It was like God there connecting us. But not like friends. He was just there for an important reason. The doctor was ODing me. He was overdosing me on sulfaroxine, okay? Overdosing me, like big time, okay? And the guy who was he was a student though, and he told me, like, to me, because we had this connection, he goes, remember sulfaroxine. And I go, okay. And I never forget it. He said, just remember sulfaroxine. And I did that. And then he told me also secretly, it's just God connected us. He says, you don't have to worry about the AIDS test. Because I know they're going to give it to me anyway, even if I say no or yes, because they want to see. I mean, they could do it secretly. There's nothing you can do. I mean, I would do it if I was a doctor. And somebody said no, I would still want to figure out and I would do it. You just can't tell him, but he told me. He was like connected with me. And then one time they put this thing in my arm. God was there. And it was like, it was going in so fast. It was paining, like burning. And I could feel, it wasn't so much that I could feel, it's that God knew that it was going in fast. Because me, myself, I wouldn't even know, okay? So I told her, you got it, it's too high. But that's another weird thing. Is that I don't know anything about doctors or anything. I don't know anything about anything at all about medical, okay? And, but I got this intelligence about knowing about that it was too high. And when she says, a little pain won't hurt, you need pain. So when she left, I knew exactly how to turn it down by myself. Okay, it was like he gave me this intelligence. It was so neat, and I knew I knew it was God. I swear, there's no way in the world I know that. Okay, but he can give you intelligence. I know that. So I turned it down as if I was on a TV program or something, and I just was this intelligent person. Another reason why I know that he was there, because this girl came in at one point in time. I'll finish the story. I mean, my friend said don't say story. I'm going to finish this thing I'm telling you about, this experience. She came in to do this test on me, okay? And it had like these plugs that had to be attached to your body so she can read it. And she got confused, and I could tell that she was confused. That's what I mean. I don't know anything about that, but he gave me this intelligence. And I don't have it anymore. That's why I know it was him. So she didn't know where to put them. I said, oh, this one goes here, and this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. And she goes, oh, you're right. You know, it's like, and she did the test and everything. And I didn't have, he just gave me the intelligence. So then another thing what happened was the crooked doctor who wanted to kill me, and that's a soft kill. I'm going to tell you that that's a soft kill, what I'm trying to say, because now we got a term for it. First of all, he wanted to OD me on sulfaroxine, and I told you my friend, the Christian, I could tell we got connected. So he was saying, he looked at me like I was a piece of garbage. From his country, they would just throw me away. I'm almost positive. And he was like, he just looked at me, and the Christian guy was like, so how do you feel? And he was like, we had a connection. And I said, I feel like a thread. And that's what I felt. I felt like there was a thread, because it was in the lungs. It was like ammonia or something. Because I told you what I was doing. I was drinking and I was walking outside in the freezing cold when I was like soaking with sweat. So I could feel like thread. I said, it's like, and I got the thread. One thing I remember is they put an oxygen cap on me. Oh no, first of all, he was asking me, how do you feel? And he was like knowing that I was going to be all right because God was with me, and God must have showed him that he was with me. And he was like, I said, I feel like, you know, I'm going to be all right. Yes, I can feel sewing. That's what I told him. I felt like everything was being sewn up. And then they put the oxygen on me. You know, and I took it off. I go, no, I can't have oxygen because I got to get the thread. I kept saying that. I felt like, and it was true because I told you I was in a, he helped me to see something, to be this intelligent person. And I could feel that in the air, in the normal air, it wasn't, they wanted to just give me oxygen, but I needed the thread. There's things in the air, I think the particles or something, and it was threading. I could just feel it just threading like you see on a TV program, like you see on just like you see on one of those science fiction where they sew in the person becomes a person or whatever. I felt it like that. So I just want to say that I want to show you that that's how I made it out of when I didn't have my family or anything to turn to. So it is God. So I'm showing you that yes, he's going to help us, and I know the way in which to organize everything. It's not just me, it's everybody together. And there's one point, I'm going to do the Bible, that's going to be the first point, which is going to prove that they're not a Christian organization. And I got to close this pretty soon. It's not going to go over 30 minutes because people don't like that. And the next thing I want to state, I kept telling you this thing, and this story, it's this experience. My friends had told this story. This experience that I had that I talked about the fantasia. Well, now I'm also separating the different charges that they did, the different things that they applied to us. And one of it is negligence. Okay, I got to organize that. But one of the charges is, I say, negligence, okay? And one of the negligence is that I kept saying in my other videos about the fantasia, where I went to the movie theater and I went to see Fantasia, and it was a cartoon, but it was about Beethoven's Fantasia. And there was this broom moving, and I said it was magic, so I got afraid and I left the theater. But I didn't state to you how it happened. What happened is, in the Wake magazine, yes, it must have been a Wake magazine, they had these little things, like little, not stories, little points, like in the Wake magazine. And one of them said Fantasia. It was like saying there's something wrong with the movie fantasia. It has magic in it. And you know that's one of the call points that we use in the Access program, the magic. So I had that call point, which is magic, and then they attached it to the movie Fantasia, telling us, so it was like a warning that went off in my head about Fantasia. Okay, so I'm telling you that them doing that right there is called negligence. Okay, how can I, what does it mean as far as a soft kill is concerned? It has a degree of soft kill. What happens is they're telling me, they told me, and I have to say me because I want to show people that I was affected by it personally. They were showing me that, hey, you know, this is not a good movie to go to, and this is wrong, okay? When in fact, it was negligence, and it was like them playing. It's negligence because they were playing with me, okay? In that magazine article, they were playing because, first of all, like I said, there's no way in the world, there's no way in the world that they knew it was bad. First of all, they had to go see it. Second of all, there's no way in the world that they knew there was anything wrong with that movie. But they were playing with us. They were not me. I have to say me because this is strengthens the thing I'm talking about. It strengthens it because it's personal experience. They played with me, okay? Because it was like them, and I told you one of my perfections is that I know what had to have happened. I know what I can figure out what had to have happened and what is happening, okay? What had to have happened is when they put that thing in the magazine, they were playing. It was like, these stupid people, what are they going to do? Now they're not going to see the movie Fantasia. It's so, you know what I mean? It was like they were having fun just knowing that they're going to deceive people. But they did it on purpose. Before, that's the difference. We never knew that they were doing it on purpose. Maybe not the governing body, but who's ever running the organization knew, or whoever put that article in the magazine, they knew that they were joking. They knew it was negligence. And what did I do? I was in New York and I was doing something, you know, like with music. And I remember the theater and they had Fantasia. I don't know why, but I wanted to go see it. So I guess the real me wanted to see Fantasia. And I knew it was that. I don't know why. Anyway, I don't know why I wanted to go see Fantasia. But I got a ticket. I was by myself, and I went into the theater, and I remember it clear as day. That's why I know it was a call point. And I was watching the movie, and as soon as I saw what I saw in that Awake magazine, as soon as I saw what I saw, I got really scared, and I walked out of the theater. So that's a clear, concise point to show that they did something wrong, that they're doing something wrong. That's just one point. And with my knowledge now, I know that they did it on purpose. Okay? That's just one point. So now, I've let you see that what I've got is very concrete, okay? The difference in this is the fact, and you gotta understand this, is that I know that they're doing all the things that happen to us are on purpose. Like when you don't talk to your family and you're not able to talk to your family because they're not Jehovah Witnesses, they know that you're gonna have problems. So before we just thought it was just happening, but no, this is premeditated. So that's the big point I want to explain in this video, is that they're doing things, they did things to the ex-Jehovah Witnesses premeditated. And like the thing that happened to me in the hospital, I was by myself. I didn't have my family at all. And that's part of their soft kill. Okay. So anyway, that's where we're going to finish here. And the next thing I want to do is the Bible to prove that they're not a Christian religion. Thank you very much.